strapped in tight, ready, V8 symphony humming, tires screeching, engine screaming, speed demons coming. Gasoline guzzling, straight moving, track bruising, in the premium stock car, never losing. Pit crew wizards, quick as wizards, slick precision. Seconds matter, clock ticking, tight decisions. Drafting close, slingshot ghost, high speed ballet. Sipping victory, toasted champ, champagne spray. Fast lane, checkered flags, racing through the turns. Pedal to the metal, feel the rubber burn. Crowd roars, engine soar, high stakes, high gear. Champions breathe and destiny's near. Grid start, hearts pound, seconds before eruption. Adrenaline and steel, the perfect conjunction. Lap after lap, sweat drips, visor fogging. Fame and glory wait for no one's dogging. Tunnel vision, apex hunting, blind to the herd. Opponents tailgating, pace firing absurd. Finally tuned monster, horsepower XL. Steering wheels grip like the gates to hell. Fast lanes, checkered flags, racing through the turns. Pedal to the metal, feel the rubber burn. Crowd roars, engine soar, high stakes, high gear. Champions breathe and destiny's near.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in. We get ready to rock and roll. We get ready to go to battle here again this afternoon with the always amazing Premium Stock Car Racing League. As these drivers get ready to not only turn left but also turn right here tonight from Sonoma Raceway, Sonoma Speedway here in the beautiful Napa Valley, all the way in California. So we're on a little bit of a West Coast swing here as these drivers get ready to duke it out. Is Michael Ponder Jr. coming in not only with that like but also dropping that follow on the broadcast as well. Welcome to the PeaceMaker family over there on Facebook. Michael coming in showing the love right out of the gate here in this one as we get ready to go to battle. We get ready to spice things up. Practice quickly coming to a close. That means we're going to be jumping right into qualifying here this afternoon, and drivers going to be hopping out there onto the racetrack, and we're going to get ready for some fun here this evening. A couple laps of qualifying for drivers to try to get their lap times in, to try to lay down some great laps out there on the speedway. Now, it's going to take them a little while to get there, so what we're going to do is we're going to quickly get a word in here with one of our amazing sponsors. We gave them this shout out. We want to keep giving these shout outs for jumping on board, becoming part of the, Premium Stock Car Racing family, not only as a driver in Reese Calva, but also as one of our valued sponsors here, and is the Prestige Enterprises family coming on board here, making sure that these drivers, the admin, everyone can keep doing what they're doing out there on the racetrack week after week after week. So we're going to get a quick word in from Harley over at the Prestige Enterprises real quick, and then we'll jump right into our our intros here. We're going to get into our national anthem, our get ready to go to battle. We'll see where drivers are, though, through qualifying. It's going to take a little while. You just see this 89 ride. He is just starting his lap right now, so you got to go pretty much all the way around the racetrack to get your lap started here at Sonoma. So it takes a little while, but now we're going to get ready to see, Harley over there at Prestige Enterprises.
Hey Hey guys, my name is Harley with Prestige Enterprises. Not only are we a proud sponsor of the Powerhouse Motorsports, we're also proud to be one of the sponsors for Premier Stock Car Racing League. We provide our services to over 70% of the US, and we have a wide range of services, but our main focuses are custom homes, barn doors and shops, and commercial development. But it doesn't stop there. So pull out your phones and use this QR code on your screen to take a quick look at our website. We can't wait to make your dreams come true. Now that we have helped pay some bills, let's throw it back to you, Aaron.
Alrighty, thank you, Harley, getting in here and giving us that shout as we watch this number 89 trying to lay down a quick time out there on the racetrack. We do have a couple new drivers also with us here this afternoon. We got Sean Wiggins, who's currently not out there laying a lap time down, but we do get a new driver here in the Taco Bell. Number 24, that is Aaron Robinson. So Robinson out there on the racetrack, and he's going to be the first driver to complete a lap out there on the Speedway. Not the super fastest lap time, but it is still a lap time nonetheless, and currently the second fastest out there. Danny White now the third fastest driver on the Speedway, with Landon Burbage with the quick time. So far here in qualifying, Gaston will slide up into second here, and now Brian Underwood up into position number 2. Aiden Lucas only 2/100ths off of Landon Burbage, but it's not going to matter as a new quick time goes to Grant Applegate. Applegate in that Red Bull Racing number 57. We'll jump to the top of the speed charts. We see Jordan Hand in that beautiful Premier Racing setups number 11 up into 4th. Noah Blackwell into 5th. Driver is going to be looking to find that extra little bit of speed here on their second lap of this qualifying session as they roll out there on the racetrack. Dylan Carrier up into 7th here. Wyatt Mickelson, after having a great run last week, he's up inside the top 10 right now in the HendrickCars.com number 10 machine. So good to see Wyatt doing a great job here again, seeing if he can see if he can slide into another solid top 10 run here this afternoon. Same with Ryan Haller, as Haller out there as well in the 99. He currently sits in that 10th position as a lot of drivers getting done their laps out there on the Speedway. We're looking at Grant Applegate, though, coming down into corner number 11, and nice and easy through that hairpin turn. He's going to put the hammer down through corner number 12, the final corner here at Sonoma, and down across the line. See if he can find a little extra speed. No, he doesn't, so he will stay in position number 1 out there on the racetrack as of right now. So still the fastest cat on the Speedway, but man, he is looking very, very good. Grant's going to be a tough cookie. There's going to be a lot of fast cats here this afternoon looking to try to put themselves into a winning position. There's Michael Ponder Jr. out on the racetrack. Michael's looking to try to lay down some good laps here as well. He's currently 14th quickest on the Speedway. Here's one of the other newcomers here in the Jordan Xfinity number 50 ride, that Supra machine, that beautiful Jordan Nike machine out there on the racetrack is Sean Wiggins. Good to see Sean up and in here and becoming part of the premium stock car racing family as well. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys obviously probably have noticed, we do have the webcam turned off here tonight. So no webcam on for me tonight. Unfortunately, your boy has had COVID for the last week, since Monday, something like that, Sunday night. I've had COVID, man, so I've been under the weather. I've been sick. I haven't really been up to par. So there's probably going to be moments in time where you're going to see me just randomly go quiet, or you're just going to hear, you know, maybe mid-conversation or something. I'm just going to all of a sudden mute up real quick. It's because I'm coughing my lungs out. So bear with us on that one, and I try to make sure that I'm always muted so you guys don't have to hear me cough. You may hear a couple slip out, but hopefully not, as normally I can try to hold all the coughing in until I finally get to a point where it's no longer feasible. I mute up, and that's when I'll cough my lungs out for a minute or something, and then you'll hear me come back onto the mic refreshed and ready to do it all over again. So bear with us on that one. We're sick. I'm not doing the best, but we're working with what we got, ladies and gentlemen. There's not much else we can do. As we do see Jesse Graham, he's going to get done his first lap out there in the Old Dogs Racing, the Gaston's iRacing Graphics 75. He's going to jump up into the 14th position, but right now it's still Grant Applegate quickest here in qualifying with Burbage, Aiden Lucas, Jordan Hand, Noah Blackwell, our top 5. Wyatt Mickelson, Dylan Carrier, Melvin Brengur, and Brian Underwood and Jonathan Gaston as our top 10 here in this qualifying session. Josh Crider going to get a second lap in here with the number 5 ride, and we're going to see him jump up into that 14th spot. And now we're just waiting for Nathan Brookover, Farrell Robbins, and Chris Getz to potentially lay down some laps here this afternoon. So that's going to take us to our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the time. Please rise and remove your hats as we're going to play our national anthem here this afternoon, brought to you by Landon Burbage, the number 2 Chevrolet out there on the racetrack, also giving us the national anthem here again this afternoon. Alrighty, huge shout out there to Landon Burbage coming in there with our national anthem as these drivers qualifying coming to a close here in a quick hurry. And with that being said, we're going to get ready to grid these drivers up. We're going to get ready to go to battle here in this one. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring up Lonnie Crider here. Crider is going to give us our command here this afternoon. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here to Lonnie Crider as he's going to give us our command here on the evening to fire engines and to get this Sonoma race underway.
Thank you very much. Time for some more exciting racing. Gentlemen, you've seen the rest. It's time for you guys to be your best. So, gentlemen, start your engines and let's go racing!
Perfect. Let's go. Lonnie Crider coming in there, giving us that opening command here this afternoon as we get ready to go to battle. We get ready to duke it out here this evening. This is going to be a ton of fun. This is going to be a lot of great racing action. The back and forth, the battling, and the runs for each and every one of these drivers. It's going to be a lot of fun.
A symphony humming, tires screeching, engine screaming, speed demons coming, gasoline guzzling, straight moving, track bruising in the premium stock car, never losing. Pit crew wizards, quickest wizards, slick precision. Seconds matter, clock ticking, tight decisions. Drafting close, slingshot ghost, high speed, LA. Sipping victory, toast for champ, champagne spray. Fast lane, checker flags, racing through the turns. Pedal to the metal, feel the rubber burn. Cloud roars, engine soar, high stakes, high gear. Champions breathing, destiny's near.
Woo! Alrighty. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. So starting on the pole here this afternoon in that number 57 ride, it is Grant Applegate. to his outside. In that 2 ride, that is Landon Burbage with starting in 3rd. The number 20 ride here this afternoon, the WeatherTech machine, that is Aiden Lucas. He's going to have Jordan Hand there to his outside. Starting in position number 5 in the 18 ride, that is Noah Blackwell. To his outside will be that 10 of Wyatt Mickelson. Starting in position number 7 in the number 31 is the Phoenix Esports ride of Dylan Carrier. To his outside in the 89 is Melvin Brengruer. Starting in position number 9 in that 6 ride, that is Brian Underwood. And rounding out our top 10, it is the Old Dogs Racing, the G-Man, the Gaston's iRacing Graphics number 72. It's Jonathan Gaston who will round out our top 10 here this afternoon. There we see Ryan Haller in the 99, Jordan Crider back there rounding out our top 12 with Aaron Robinson, one of our newcomers here to the series, back there in 13th with Josh Crider, Danny White, Jesse Graham, Michael Ponder Jr., another newcomer, Sean Wiggins, Farrell Robbins, Nathan Brookover, and Chris Getz bringing up the rear of the field here in our Sonoma race this afternoon, as the No Luck Motorsports ride will start at the back of the pack. We'll see if he can work his way up towards the front of the field this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. Become part of the PeaceMaker family here today as we get ready to go to battle. The official iRacing safety car, that Porsche machine will pull down left here off of the racetrack, entering the hairpin turn. This is corner number 11 on the racetrack. We'll get ready to go to battle as everyone's going to try to stay door to door. Everyone wants to try to stay tight together, but a lot of times, especially on restarts, you'll see them get a little bit more broken up, but drivers getting down to basically pit road speed right down here through quarter number 12, and out at 12 we will see that green flag fly as we'll end all the anticipation with our feature presentation in a great launch and a great restart there from our front row as they're door to door down at the quarter number 1 up and into quarter number 2 here at Sonoma. Everyone trying to make it through there cleanly as the 57 looking to clear that 2 right of Landon Burbage into quarter number 3. Up the hill here into corner number 4. Now they're going to storm down the hill. This is a big momentum area right here. You carry a lot of speed into another sharp 90-degree turn there into corner number 5, and another long stretch right there. Hard braking, another tight corner into corner number 6. Now we're going to go through the S's here. In through quarter number 7, in through quarter number 8 and 9 here on the racetrack as they're going to quickly and swiftly try to work their way down towards the hairpin here at Sonoma Raceway as they roll down through corner number 11 right there. Things are going to get tight through that area. We're going to see a lot of drivers run into problems, potentially run off the racetrack through that area. We're going to see a lot of dust and everything else fly is down through the hairpin. You see Grant Applegate go. Right there behind him, it's Aiden Lucas up into position number 2 as Grant down at a quarter number 12 will lead lap number 1 here at Sonoma. So Grant Applegate out in front as we did see a few drivers run into problems here. Let's take a look back as we were talking about quarter number 10 on the racetrack. One of our newcomers in the 24 ride potentially having issues there. No, looks like down into corner number, down into the hairpin. Heavy contact right there. Not only for one of the new drivers in the broadcast here, one of the new drivers out there on the racetrack, and this is a tough break for Aaron Robinson. Jordan Crider going to get a piece of this one. Josh Crider gets a good piece here as well. As we watch the 24 just get in here a little bit too hot. He's closing the gap. He's trying to get to the back bumper of that 3 right. Unfortunately, mistimes the braking point there. Ends up getting a piece of that 3 machine. They just get together in the wrong spot on the racetrack right there, and unfortunately spins that 3 right around the 24, goes down into those tires in the inside of the hairpin, and they do not move, and unfortunately heavy damage for 3 cats right there. You see Ryan Haller also having to get onto the binders to avoid contact there, and unfortunately for that Taco Bell machine, heavy front and damage for him. And then we saw Ryan Haller end up running into that same area here, but he just has to get checked up. He's going to get stopped on the racetrack. He's going to get ready to rock and roll again, and I do believe he's going to get onto the throttle and just spin that car around, and luckily enough, no damage, no contact. He's able to keep that thing rolling and gets it going back in the right direction once again. But a lot of drivers running into some problems there, as we do got a battle at the front of the field. Applegate able to lead the first couple laps, but here comes that 20 ride. Aiden Lucas putting some strong pressure onto that 57. It's going to be interesting to see if Applegate will be able to hold him off. And Scott Spies, what's good, Scotty? Scott coming in with the like on the stream, and Uncle Bot coming in with that like as well, is down into corner number 10. This is a spot where we're going to see drivers just try to carry too much speed and go into the dirt, grass there. This track is beautiful when it's grassy, ladies and gentlemen, but most of the time when we see the actual NASCAR schedule head here, it's in the, dead heat summer of, the California heat and everything else, and this is what we normally see it like. It's normally just a bit of a dust bowl. It's just dirt up there around the racetrack. You see a little bit of the grass peeking through right now, but man, I've seen some pictures of this place absolutely green as can be, and it looks so incredible. I wish NASCAR would actually throw this race early into the schedule or later into the schedule and get it to where, we could potentially run this racetrack here at Sonoma with it being green, lush grass out there, man. I think it would be really, really cool to see these guys race at that kind of a Sonoma instead of just it being a dirty, dusty racetrack like we see here tonight. As you do see that 57 slipping, sliding there a little bit. Aiden Lucas trying to stay right on his back bumper. As already some great racing action. Everyone just trying to keep themselves out of trouble. So we will have a stage break with a caution flag on lap number 30 here this afternoon. So lap number 30, we will get a caution with an actual stage break, and we will get everyone lined back up, stacked back up, and obviously a couple caution laps there on lap number 30, and that should bring us to a point where, drivers, it's going to get close for fuel, but going back to green flag racing, it'll be really, really tight on that fuel strategy, but it'll also be very interesting to see if people maybe take the gamble coming down earlier, trying to, maybe give up on stage points, but trying to, get extra track position for late in the race. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a lot of calculators, a lot of thought process going into how you want to run this race, and at the same point in time, you want to make sure you can lay great lap times. You can be fast, be at the front of the field, try to keep yourself on the lead lap, not only throughout the entire race, but especially during this first 30-lap run until we have our first full course caution flag out there on the speedway, as we're already 5 laps in, and drivers do not want to find themselves being a lap down. And already we do see the 24 ride going a lap down, as we had to see that 24 head down pit road. So a tough break there for him, as we did see Noah Blackwell ended up off the racetrack here as well. Let's take a look and see what happens as Noah's trying to work himself around the 11 right at Jordan Hand. Just goes down there into the dirt and grass. Some debris probably going to get into the grill there, a little bit of the 18 ride. Hopefully no overheating for him, but we did see Sean Wiggins run into problems here as well. Let's take a look at that Jordan number 50 Toyota Supra here, as he's getting up to speed. He's sending it down into quarter number 3 and up through 3. He kind of just loses the rear end right there. Car gets loose, goes around. Luckily enough, he's able to save it, keep it for the most part out of any additional damage or contact there. He did see Ryan Haller getting onto the binder, same with Michael Ponder Jr. to help make sure that they did not make any additional contact there with that 50 ride. Now we saw Josh Crider also go for a ride here. He's got that front end damage on his Chevrolet, and this is quarter 10. This is what we talked about. Drivers will carry a little too much speed down there through quarter number 10. They'll blow it off of the shoulder right there and slide through that dirt. Luckily enough, he was able to keep himself out of the wall and keep that car rolling on the racetrack. So good job there by that number 5 machine. As we'll get everyone continue to roll out there on the racetrack. We saw Michael Ponder Jr. here on the hairpin turn. Looks like trying to get this car up to speed. He actually crashes right here. So yeah, just loses the rear end right there. So that car slide around. Unfortunately noses it into the pit wall right underneath the flag stand here, and it stopped on the racetrack trying to get this thing pointed back in the right direction. Some pretty good front end damage for that 13 ride, but gets rolling once again on the racetrack. We're going to be watching drivers run into problems here all afternoon. It's going to be a consistent back and forth here. You see the 50 ride running into problems again on quarter number 3. So for Wiggins, corner number 3 has been a problem for him, and obviously caught the track right there, had a stop and go penalty, so we had to get onto the binders, wait a couple seconds before he's allowed to get back onto the loud pedal again right there. So a tough break, and you want to minimize those. You don't want too many of those problems. As we'll take a look at the 89 Melvin Brengruer. Brengruer is going to run into some problems here himself. He's got that 6 right of Brian Underwood. Drives deep down low underneath of him. Underwood down low, going to make contact there with Brengruer, and Brengruer is going to go around, and then he's going to bounce it off the tires right there. Those tires, they do not move, and they can tear your car up in a quick hurry. Just that little bit of a hit right there for the 89. Pretty heavy left front damage there for the Thrustmaster machine, as he's going to try to get that thing rolling out there and hoping that the damage isn't too bad. But you can see that left front looks pretty bent out of shape. He may have to take that car down pit side, as we did see Nathan Brookover also going off the racetrack here in that Mountain Dew Budweiser number 8 right here. You go. He's going to go off the shoulder there at quarter number 10. Luckily enough, gets it back out onto the racetrack right there. Keeps on rolling. Those are the couple of the dangerous areas on the speedway, as we do see a couple more drivers going off the racetrack here as well, man. There's a lot of drivers going off the racetrack, missing these quarters, having problems out there on the racetrack. Another issue here for Sean Wiggins up and through the dirt and grass, and he's going to climb the hill right there. Definitely not a spot. You can't park there, Sean. You cannot park there, brother, as Texas Kelva says, let's go, Landon. Have an emergency tonight, but we are watching, brother. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Hopefully it's going to be nice and easy to settle and get fixed or anything else. Hopefully it's nothing too serious for you, Reese, but we're glad to see you in the comments section cheering these guys on, as we did see Ryan Haller have an issue out there on the racetrack. Let's take a look and see what happens to the 99 ride, as he's going to send it down. This is heading into the hairpin here. Coming in with a big head of steam. Sends it in there deep, and unfortunately just loses the rear end. Goes for a quick little slide. Has to get locked up. That car stopped on the racetrack. Luckily enough, no damage. Keeps on rolling. The 13 ride, unfortunately, though, not as lucky, as he's already got some pretty good front end damage. And you see right there behind him, that's our race leaders coming at him in a quick hurry. And that's where we do see the pass for the race lead, as you see him just get in there a little too deep. I think he's just moving out of the way here for our race leaders. But right behind him here, you'll watch this 57 rider, Grant Applegate, who's been out in front all race long. He's going to get a little squirrely here out at corner number 5. Just gets up onto the banking right there, loses the rear end a little bit, and there goes Aiden Lucas around the 57 to take the race lead away from Grant Applegate. And right now, that's the way they sit out on the racetrack. It's Aiden Lucas with the race lead. Applegate's right there with them in position number 2. Landon Burbage back there in that 3rd spot on the racetrack. Now, these front 3, they're all still right together on the racetrack. They're tight together. They haven't really left each other here all race long. These 3 look to be the class of the field here this afternoon. They got about 5 seconds or so between themselves and our fourth place driver, Noah Blackwell. Blackwell holding on to that fourth spot on the racetrack. And then we see Jordan Hand here in position number 5 on the Speedway. Dylan Carrier's back there in that 6th position, with Wyatt Mickelson having another great run here this afternoon as Mickelson rolls in position number 7. He's got Brian Underwood back there behind him as Underwood rolls in position number 8. Jonathan Gaston back there in the 9th spot as Melvin Brengrower rounding out our top 10. Jordan Crider, he's back in 11th with Josh Crider there in 12th. Danny White scored back in the 13th position with Farrell Robbins there in 14th. Nathan Brookover in position number 15 with Ryan Haller back there in the 16th spot with Jesse Graham there in the 17th position, and Chris Getz now going a lap down as well, and he is now the first driver a lap down here on the racetrack, so he is currently in that lucky dog position. He's in that free pass position as Sean Wiggins also a lap down. Same with Aaron Robinson in the 24 ride. Michael Ponder Jr. a couple laps down after making a emergency pit stop there, and unfortunately for the 13 ride with that heavy front end damage, extended time down pit road, and unfortunately for himself, he's a couple laps down, scored in the 21st position. But for Chris Getz, he knows that he's in that lucky dog spot. If he can make it to lap number 30, potentially he could work himself back onto the lead lap. As out in front, it's Aiden Lucas who leads the way, and Lucas starting to actually separate himself. Once he's gotten around Grant Applegate, he's starting to pull away here, starting to open up this race lead a little bit out there on the racetrack with already, 10 laps being completed. We're about to complete lap number 11 on the racetrack. We're clicking them off in a quick hurry here at Sonoma. We're virtually, 20% of the way through this race here this afternoon. 11 laps complete this time by the start finish line, and Aiden Lucas holding on to about a 1.3 second lead between himself and Grant Applegate. Applegate still has that Prince's Towing number 2 of Landon Burbage right there with them. It's now Jordan Hand up into 4th as Noah Blackwell slides back to 5th, and we see a few more drivers running into some problems out there on the racetrack. We see Sean Wiggins again in that 55. Unfortunately, have another issue here as you do see the 24. He's up onto the banking. You see the 50. He's going to move up and out of the way there, trying to keep that car pointed in the right direction. Luckily enough, gets that number 50 Rollin here. That Toyota Supra pointed back in the right direction there as he's been running into some problems here. A lot of drivers obviously struggling this afternoon. This is not the usual for all these cats. Obviously, everyone normally focuses a lot on our oval racing, and not a lot of drivers really have the niche or the want to be super good at these road courses. But some drivers, man, they can just get the hang of it super easy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of, you gotta be very focused lap after lap. Every single corner is a different corner or different speed, gear ratio, or anything else that you need to be in. So you want to make sure that you're continuously making sure that you're hitting your braking points, you're in the right lines, you're not making those mistakes, getting your tires dirty or going off the racetrack. You want to make sure that you're keeping yourself clean and not running into other drivers as well. And these guys out front, man, they've been putting on a heck of a show for us. Lucas, Applegate, and Burbage, 1, 2, and 3. You can still see them all in the same camera shot out there on the racetrack. 7.5 seconds back, you see our 4th place driver, Jordan Hand. Hand has that number 18 right there behind him. Here comes Dylan Carrier trying to work his way inside the top 5 on the racetrack here as he's trying to hunt down his teammate. You see Wyatt Mickelson right there, as well as Mr. Underwood, Jonathan Gaston a little farther back, because there's quite a bit of gap here between Underwood and Jonathan Gaston out there on the racetrack. I believe that's about 15 seconds, 15, 16 seconds there between Underwood and Jonathan Gaston. As good to see Gaston out there on the racetrack and up inside the top 10, rolling there in that 9th position. He does have Melvin Brengruer trying to hunt him down, though. Brengruer trying to work his way back up towards the front of the field here this afternoon after going for a little bit of a slide himself, and luckily enough he's able to get that car rocking and rolling back towards the front of the field as we do get a good look here at the couple of these drivers. You get a good look here at Mr. Gaston out there on the racetrack. Let's see if we can jump on board with Gaston out there on the speedway, see what he can really see from the cockpit for one of these laps. Is the 72 ride gonna have some pretty clean track around him, but potentially having to deal with Melvin Brengruer right there behind him. So out of core number 12, this is coming to our flag stand right there for this number 72 machine, and Gaston up and on the brakes here. You gotta get checked up for corner number 2 in a quick hurry there. Now you kind of go up and down this hill here. It's a weird little braking spot into corner number 3, then back up the hill into corner number 4. Then watch the elevation here all the way down here. You carry a lot of speed. This is where you see a lot of drivers just like that make that move in into corner number 5 right there, as you see Brengruer able to make that pass, get around Jonathan Gaston. Gaston though trying to stay right there with them as they head down through corner number 6. Now they head into the S's and back down the hill towards the hairpin turn of corner number 11 on the racetrack. You can see how tight these S's really are. You don't really want to be too wide through these S's here at Sonoma, and you can carry quite a bit of speed through them, but too wide, you can put yourself or somebody else into a tough spot in a quick hurry. And now you're going to head down into the hairpin turn, so hard braking point right here, heavy onto the brakes there, going down through the gears, and now you're into low gear, back onto the throttle, and trying to build that speed back up through corner number 12 and back down across the start finish line. So that's a lap around the racetrack out there with our good friend Jonathan Gaston, as we'll take a look here at all the amazing drivers here on the speedway. Everyone doing a fantastic job. Everyone giving us a good look here, as we got a lot of drivers with their webcams turned on, including some of our newcomers here as well. So huge shout out to some of our newcomers, not only joining in on the race, but joining in on the webcams as well, as you get a good look here at all the different drivers with their webcams. I do believe Josh Crider has his webcam turned off. That's the black camera up on the top left. So Josh hasn't turned his back on for us, but nonetheless, we appreciate everyone for having their webcams turned on, always giving us these really cool in-car looks and in-person looks on what they're doing, and being able to see, you know, how focused they are, their surroundings, you know, kind of some of the equipment that they're using and everything else here to accomplish the amazing things that they do on the simulator. As we'll get a chance here throughout our Crank It Up to take a look at all these amazing drivers. I do want to point out a couple of our newcomers, though, so some of the fans in the stands that haven't seen our newest drivers out there on the racetrack, we want to make sure we shout them out, give them a little bit of spotlight here this afternoon as you watch this 24 ride. That is the 24 of Aaron Robinson. So Robinson, one of the newest drivers here to the Premium Stock Car Racing League stables here. We're going to get the webcam turned on here for Aaron Robinson. Huge shout out there to him. Obviously ran into some problems early in the race, some contact down through that corner number 11, that hairpin turn, some pretty heavy front end damage. Had to make an unscheduled pit stop, get that car repaired, and ever since then, he's been back out there on the racetrack, and he's been laying down some great lap times. He's been pretty quick out there on the speedway, and he's been able to gain a few positions. Obviously, other drivers running into problems and having issues themselves, but biting some caution flags or anything else, this number 24 could be in a very, very tough spot, and he's going to have to hope to try and get a lucky dog or something, or a wave around to get back onto the lead lap here this afternoon, or just hope for more drivers to run into problems as he looks to score his first points on the season. So a shout out there to Aaron Robinson for being a part of our series here this year. And another driver, new driver out there on the racetrack, it's Sean Wiggins. Wiggins also joining us here. We do see Sean out there on the racetrack. He's running into some more problems as he gets up into the outside fence there in the corner 11 hairpin turn here at Sonoma. And Sean was luckily enough able to bounce off of that, keep that car rolling on the racetrack, and keeps on steamrolling around this beautiful Sonoma Speedway. Now, this is a very, very tough racetrack for a couple new drivers for their first ever time with the series. Obviously, new drivers that they're racing with and everything else, and kind of a new style of not really racing, but just trying to learn everything and trying to be respectful of the drivers around them. This is probably one of the harder racetracks on the schedule that they could start their premium stock car racing league careers. And get a great look there is the 50 ride trying to hang on to it. You see the hands there, they are moving. He is focused up. He's trying to keep this thing pointed in the right direction, trying to keep himself out of trouble out there on the racetrack. But he's definitely I'm gonna say he's probably a little bit more happy with running an oval racetrack than a road course racetrack. Some drivers are just not just do not have the feel for these road course style of races, man. They're so much more different. They're so much more challenging, and unfortunately here for Sean Wiggins, he got thrown right into the fire this afternoon as he has Josh Crider right there on his back bumper. The 50's trying to get down pit road here, trying to get that thing repaired. He is going to head down pit side as Crider wasn't sure what he was doing right there. Really had to get checked up to drive down low and underneath that 50 ride. But a huge welcome there to Sean as well into the series, and hopefully he's going to have some fun, at least have a good time here hanging out with the fellas in his first race with the Premium Stock Car Racing League. And same with Aaron Robinson. Hopefully their premieres here, even though they've kind of went astray, hopefully they just take it with a grain of salt, have some fun, have a good time, have some laughs out there on the racetrack, and enjoy their first races here with us this afternoon. As out in front, continuing to lead the way, it's that 20 ride of Aiden Lucas. Lucas out in front showing these drivers how to get it done. Now, we've seen a bunch of other drivers head down pit side here. We do see Noah Blackwell, Jordan Hand. We see Wyatt Mickelson, Dylan Carrier down pit road. Brian Underwood also down on pit lane as well. So it seems like around 17, 18 laps is kind of where the fuel can take us here. We did see Aiden Lucas stay out for another lap here. A couple other drivers also staying out a little longer here as well. So it's going to be interesting to see, how long these guys stay out, or if they decide to, oh, here he comes, Aiden pile driving it into the pits here. I'm not sure where the I do believe that is the pit entry right there. Aiden coming in with a whole head of steam right there. Man, that was quick. Is our race leader down pit side. Landon Burbage also down pit road as well. We'll have to wait and see if we see some more of these drivers head down pit lane, as the 72 ride of Jonathan Gaston is the next driver in line to really head down pit road. Jordan Crider, Farrell Robbins also yet to come down pit side here. We do see Josh Crider. He's made his way into his pit stall. So the Rubbered Up Productions, the Rubbered Up Motorsports number 5 ride, heads down to his pit stall, gets some work done, gets back out there onto the racetrack as he's rolling back down pit lane. You do see that 20 ride of Aiden Lucas coming out just in front of him. Landon Burbage, he's just getting done his pit stop, but looks like he's going to get held here. Oh no. This is not a good break for our third place running driver, the NJPDesigns.com number 2 ride, the Princess Towing Machine of Landon Burbage. Potentially a pit road speeding penalty here for that number 2 machine, and he is stuck on pit road for an extended period of time, and unfortunately he's going to lose a ton of track position, and that may have just potentially taken him out of this race. That could potentially put him a lap down as our race leader Aiden Lucas, who he was only about 5-6 seconds behind coming into these pit stops. You finally see him roll back out there after probably losing about 30-40 seconds on the racetrack. Man, that is a tough break for Landon Burbage, as he is pretty far behind our race leader now, as Aiden Lucas out in front. He does have a 7-second advantage between himself and the 57. As look out, you see Michael Ponder Jr. in the 99 ride run into some problems there out at corner number 10. Ryan Haller going for a slide right there. I don't know if he had some help going into the corner or what may have happened, but he's going to get in here, and looks like, yeah, maybe just a little contact there. Josh Crider getting into his back end, helping him go around. Crider up through the dirt there. You see the 57, luckily enough, able to get up and out of the way. Michael Ponder Jr., he sees this happening now. He just gets in there way too hot himself, and unfortunately, heavy contact into the outside wall here for the 13 ride. The Motorcraft number 13 machine. Heavy damage as the 99 rider Ryan Haller parked there. He's going to get that car rolling, though, on the racetrack. Get that thing back out there, as right now that 57 machine of Grant Applegate currently scored back in position number 2 on the racetrack, and he's about 8 seconds or so behind Aiden Lucas. Lucas down through corner number 10. Applegate, he's working his way through the S's, finally about to enter corner number 10 right there. So you can see that gap is already down here. You'll see him in the background, pretty much that whole hairpin turn in front of Grant Applegate and out in front of this field. Alrighties, Aiden Lucas out in front, still showing the way here. We did just see Grant Applegate lay down his quickest lap time of the race. He just laid down his quickest lap here, so the 57 ride trying to hunt down that 20 ride out here on the speedway, as he is trying to work up to the back bumper of the 20 ride. He's still got about 8.5 seconds to hunt down Aiden Lucas here before our stage break at lap number 30. We will see a full course caution flag for that stage break on lap number 30, but right now we still got a lot of racing left before that point. We're going to have a lot of racing after that point as well, but for right now it is Aiden Lucas who is continuing to lead the way, continue to put more drivers a lap down out there on the racetrack, as it is Nathan Brookover who is currently the first driver 1 lap down out there on the racetrack, now headed down pit road here himself. Is Josh Crider. He's going to pass that number 8 machine, and he is going to move into that free pass position as he sees his teammate Noah Blackwell go around him. Jordan Hand right there as well. Definitely not the spot that Crider wants to be in, but being in that free pass spot could be a big position out there on the racetrack as Aiden Lucas continues to lead the way. The WeatherTech number 20 ride, he has been hooked up here all afternoon. Applegate there in second. Noah Blackwell, he's about the same distance in between first, second, and third right now. About 8.5 seconds, almost 9 seconds between our second and third place driver, as there is Noah Blackwell. He does have Jordan Hand right there behind him. His hands continue to be right with that 18 machine. Dylan Carrier right there as well. Those three have been tight together for a lot here this afternoon. A couple seconds back, we see the 6th ride of Brian Underwood, and rounding out our top 7 is the 10 ride of Wyatt Mickelson. Back in position number 8 is the 3 ride of Jordan Crider. Crider having a great run here and a good rebound out there on the racetrack, considering, you know, that opening lap issue between him and the 24 ride that saw him get up into the corner 11 fence and got some pretty decent damage out of that, but he's rebounded nicely up inside the top 10 and now trying to hold off this 2 ride of Landon Burbage. Burbage, who was up inside the top 3 there, was part of that battle with Grant Applegate and Aiden Lucas for quite a while early in this race. After that pit road mistake here, he is back in that 9th position, looking to take 8th back away from the 3 machine of Jordan Crider, and he will make that pass down through the S's there and move himself into that 8th spot. Crider back into position number 9. Rounding out our top 10 here in the last driver on the lead lap is the 89 machine. It is another one of the beautiful rubbered up motorsports teammates out there. The rubbered up number 89 ride of Melvin Brenger. Brenger sits in that 10th position, and he is the last driver on the lead lap. Crider, his brother, or not his brother, but Jordan's brother, Josh Crider, he's back there in the 11th position, and he is still sitting in that free pass spot. So he's just hoping that he can hang on to that free pass position. But right here behind him, you see Farrell Robbins. Robbins finding some speed here throughout this race in the Gasson's iRacing Graphics number 76 ride. He's going to move around Josh Crider and take that free pass spot away from the 5 machine. That is definitely not what Josh Crider wanted to see, as we do see Dylan Carrier. And oh, that's the 6 ride running into problems right there as well. Let's take a look here. Carrier trying to figure out a way to get around Jordan Hand. He's trying to work himself down low as Haller ran into some problems there. You see Jordan actually gets loose on corner exit. Oh no. So Jordan Hand, this tight racing right there. He's going to lose the rear end as he does. Front end comes down the racetrack and just hooks this 31 rider around. And unfortunately for Dylan Carrier, he goes for a loop-de-loop there on the racetrack, and definitely not what he wanted. And then as he goes back to get back on the throttle, he ends up clipping the 6 ride, and then the 6 ends up making some pretty good contact right here with Farrell Robbins. Oh my gosh, there was so much carnage here down and out of the hairpin. So it starts with the 11 a hand in the 31 of Dylan Carrier. Carrier then collects the 6 ride of Brian Underwood. Underwood goes around, he washes back up the racetrack here, and then he ends up getting a big piece of the 76 of Farrell Robbins. Robbins then gets hard into the outside fence, but you do see Josh Crider here having to slam onto the binders to avoid contact there and running into the back end of that 6 ride. But for Farrell Robbins, really nowhere for him to go. He had just taken that free pass spot away from Josh Crider, and all of a sudden, big hit right there. This car gets loose and then hard up into that wall. The motor falls out of it, ends up making more contact with the 6 of Underwood again. Underwood heavy front end damage as well on that 6 machine. Now you see everyone just trying to squeeze by there. The 76 waiting, hoping to try to get his car fired back up. Unfortunately, does have to take it down pit road. So a heartbreaker there for him, but he is back out on the racetrack, and unfortunately now multiple laps down for the 76. Underwood also back down pit lane here after limping his way around the racetrack. See this car barely wanting to turn here. He's trying to get it down to his pit stall, and heavy black smoke rolling under it. Man, a lot of damage on that 6 ride. The crew is going to go to work and try to get him back out there, but he does fall a lap down as well. And now we'll have 9 drivers left on the lead lap. The 6 ride of Underwood, now the first driver, though, a lap down until Jonathan Gaston potentially goes around him here. We do see Jordan head down pit side, but it's Brian Underwood getting that car repaired, now getting tires put onto it, trying to get this thing back out there. Luckily enough, he had that quick repair to use, and now hoping to see if he can stay on the lead lap. Here comes that number 72 of Jonathan Gaston, the 6 ride, just getting back up to pit road speed. He's going to leave pit lane. Here comes that 72 up the speed, and it is going to be Jonathan Gaston who will slide into that free pass position. But right there behind him, that 6 ride, Brian Underwood. Underwood has that fresh set of tires, and he knows that he wants that free pass position to try to get that lap back on lap number 30 when we see the full course caution flag. As we do see Jordan Hand just get back out there onto the speedway as well. He will come back out in that 7th position, but he's got that fresh set as well. As out in front, Aiden Lucas just doing what Aiden Lucas does, continuing to lead the way and continue to pull away here with this this race lead. 12.5 seconds between himself and Grant Applegate. Applegate there just finally going through corner number 12 and across the line here. Well, Aiden Lucas up and into corner number 3 on the Speedway here at Sonoma Raceway. And it's Aiden Lucas who leads this race. Applegate sitting perfectly there in position number 2. Noah Blackwell back there in position number 3. Dylan Carrier sits there in position number 4 with Wyatt Mickelson back in that 5th position. And then we see Landon Burbidge, he scored back in 6th with Jordan Hand there in 7th. Melvin Brengerer scored in 8th with Jordan Crider back in 9th. Brian Underwood was able to make the move around Jonathan Gaston and take that free pass position away from that 72 ride. So Brian Underwood is in that free pass spot out on the racetrack. So right now sitting pretty, as we did see Aaron Robinson, we talked about him earlier, ran into early race issues down there through that hairpin turn. Ended up with quite a bit of front end damage. He's been running a great race ever since then and having to make that unscheduled pit stop. He went a lap down, but man, he's been battling tough out here on the racetrack. He's shown a lot of really good speed, and he's worked himself now into the 13th position, and he's only really a couple spots outside of potentially being in that free pass spot himself. As here we go, with only a couple laps left here in this stage, we do see that 20 ride of Aiden Lucas head down pit road. Same with the 57 of Grant Applegate. Now, they had quite a bit of a lead that they may be able to make these pit stops and still hold on to the race lead, but I'm not too sure about it, as there goes the 18, Noah Blackwell. Blackwell will take the race lead here. Aiden Lucas will come out in position number 2. Dylan Carrier will jump into 3rd with Wyatt Mickelson now into 4th. Applegate just getting back up to speed and leaving pit lane, so he will come out in that 5th position. Now, what that's going to do is potentially give an additional playoff point here to the 18 ride of Noah Blackwell, giving him the stage win. But these drivers that stayed out and did not come down pit lane right there, like Aiden Lucas or Grant Applegate, or a couple laps earlier we saw Jordan Hand come down pit road. Now they're going to be able to stay out during this stage break. Well, a lot of these other drivers will come back down pit side, so getting the track position, trying to stay out in front of the field there for Aiden Lucas and Wyatt Mickelson here this afternoon. Going to give the extra, stage point and the stage points up here a little bit and just get what they can. And I mean, for Aiden Lucas, it was a bit of a no-brainer. He can almost stay as the stage winner here if he can lay down some more good laps, maybe close that gap between himself and Blackwell, as Blackwell only out in front by about 4 seconds here. I'm not sure if Aiden will be able to make up 4 seconds in a lap or not and be able to complete the pass, but he may want to try to get that done, or just try to take care of these tires for the restart coming up here shortly. As this is going to be, I do believe, our final lap, or I believe we're going to complete it on lap number 30. So we're going to get at least another lap or 2 around the racetrack. So this 20 ride, he might be able to get back out in front and still win this stage. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. He's already closed the gap here at least a second here throughout this lap. So he's coming in a quick hurry. We'll have to wait and see where the caution flag flies and where this is going to fall for our stage break and our first full course caution flag. So let's take a look here. Ryan Haller running into some more issues here. Haller goes up and off the racetrack as just overshoots corner 4 right there. Slides up through the dirt and grass. Luckily enough, no damage, gets that car rolling, keeps on driving down through corner number 5. A good recovery right there, as a lot of drivers running into problems as down through the hairpin there, rolling up onto the back bumper of Jesse Graham. It's the 18 ride. I know Blackwell. Blackwell down across the line. That will click lap number 30 onto the board. Now, I do believe it's going to be a stage break at the end, the conclusion of lap number 30. So we're going to get one more lap around here before the end of this stage, and you do see Aiden Lucas is right there, man. He's only a second and a half behind Noah Blackwell, so he closed about 3 seconds during that one lap, and man, he is potentially going to put the pressure on the back end of that 18, but all of a sudden down this straightaway, he really throws the parachute out right there. Really checks up, as you do see Brian Underwood. He's back there in that 10th position. Still the first car 1 lap down. He's just hoping to get that free pass. You see him just move around the 20 right there. Aiden Lucas just letting him go, as there you go. There is the caution flag. So looks like we are going to get it down the back straightaway. The yellow flag is going to be displayed, and that is our stage break, ladies and gentlemen. So our stage break coming out, it's Noah Blackwell who will pick up that stage break win. Aiden Lucas potentially giving him that one, or just taking it easy there, as Aiden will come home in position number 2. It's Dylan Carrier back there in 3rd, with Wyatt Mickelson in 4th, having himself a great run this afternoon. Grant Applegate going to come home in 5th here, with Landon Burbage, Jordan Hand, Melvin Brengruer, Jordan Crider, and Brian Underwood rounding out our top 10 here, and all getting some stage points this afternoon. And for the 6th run, definitely a good sight to see that caution flag, as he will be the first driver 1 lap down, and he will get the free pass, the lucky dog, back onto the lead lap here this evening. As we'll get ready to see some pit strategy and everything else to see if we can pull this number 20. Yeah, let's see if we can pull Noah Blackwell up here. He was able to get the stage win, and I believe Noah deserves a trip up here into the broadcast booth. So let's pull Noah up here, see what he's got to say about his day so far at the Speedway. See if we can find him here. There he is. Hey Noah, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Noah, brother, well, stage win right there. Obviously, you know, Aiden Lucas pulling some strategy, making that late race pit stop there before the pits were closed on the racetrack, but you're able to benefit from that one. You earn those stage points, and obviously the extra bonus point that comes with it, man. What's going through your mind right now after obviously pick up that stage, having a pretty fast car throughout the first half of this race, but now late in it, you're going to have to try to make some moves, some strategies to see if you can try to put that 18 right up in victory lane.
I think I'm pretty screwed now because they're better on strategy now. No, I'm glad I kind of stayed out because I didn't get as much stage points in stage 1 that I wanted. So this will kind of even it out for me. But overall, I'm having fun.
Hey man, that's all you can do out there, is have some fun, have a good time. Obviously, we got some new drivers out there this week as well, and you know, definitely interesting to see. Obviously, a lot of drivers, they're so used to continuously running the oval races. We don't tend to see a lot of road courses on the schedule for, you know, a lot of these series, but also don't tend to see a lot of you know, road courses just being ran and hosted races, or you know, weekly officials or anything else. So you got to really have a niche for it. You got to really stay focused. And how do you do that? How do you accomplish coming to a different style of a racetrack, of a road course, and be able to, you know, accomplish a good finish?
Well, me and Aiden, we both ran the Bathurst 12-hour. It didn't really go our way, but it was raining real bad. So I feel like that kind of helped us with the similar way the throttle feels in these Xfinity cars around here, with not being able to get on throttle when you want. I think that kind of helped us. Well, Aiden's on his own level, so I don't know. He's an alien right now. He's doing everything right. But I mean, we put up a whole bunch of practice sessions during the week. We had a lot of fun. Everyone practiced. Redemption practiced. Like they practiced nonstop. Me and Dylan, though, we didn't really practice that much. We were busy doing our own stuff.
Absolutely. Well, man, so far it's been a very exciting race. A lot of action out there. Hopefully nothing but clean and good driving for everybody to close out this Sonoma race. Good luck out there, Noah. Have some fun, and hopefully we maybe see that 18 right up here in another interview late in this race, and potentially with a top 3 run.
I hope.
Beauty. Noah, good luck. Have fun, and we'll see you hopefully back up here in the booth.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Noah Blackwell. Blackwell picking up the stage win right there and able to get that stage win. And now he's going to get ready for a restart here. But we did see Aiden Lucas, Grant Applegate, they did come down a little earlier there before the end of that stage. They were able to leapfrog everybody, get that track position that they were hoping for. And once again, they'll get ready to go back to green flag racing on this beautiful racetrack. What's good, fellas? Cody Blix, what's good, brother? Cody coming in, showing the big love, and Cody Horton, Mr. Horton coming in, showing the love as well. Coming in, already activating a star party. Cody coming in, Mr. Horton with the 20-star dono, and Cody Blix coming in with the 40 stars as well. Says, pop that fucking shirt off, baby. No, the shirt's not coming off tonight, fellas. I don't have the webcam turned on tonight either. I'm dealing with COVID right now. I've had COVID for the last week and a bit, and I've been down and out and dying, and I'm continuously coughing and sneezing, whatever else, and I want to make sure that's off camera. I don't want to see you guys see how rough I am up here in the broadcast booth, but man, I appreciate you guys coming in and showing the love. Cody Horton says, we miss you, Peace. Gonna need that shirt popped off, though. Oh, brother, listen. I wish I could have gotten the series in again for you guys, man. I really wish I could have. I picked these guys up, midway through the year last year, and they kind of just run right in the same area. And then I had another series that just started on Fridays as well after I knew that you guys found another person. And COVID nipples. Oh no COVID nipples. Ain't no shot, brother. Ain't no shot. No way that we're gonna be doing that. Ain't no way. But listen, fellas, come on now. You guys activated that star party. You might better finish her off too. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing with you. But it does look like we're going to get an additional lap here this afternoon during this caution break. So we're going to get an additional lap, an additional time here for drivers to wait for the pace car to jump out there. And here we go. They're going to pick up that pace car, and we're going to hopefully see the green flag come back out next time around. But as that's happening, we're going to get ready to quickly go through our Prestige Enterprises commercial break right here. So we're going to drop it off to Miss Harley, and she is going to give us a quick update here with everything that you can find and everything that the amazing Prestige Enterprises does over there.
Hey guys, my name is Harley with Prestige Enterprises. Not only are we a proud sponsor of the Powerhouse Motorsports, we're also proud to be one of the sponsors for Premier Stock Car Racing League. We provide our services to over 70% of the US, and we have a wide range of services, but our main focuses are custom homes, barn doors and shops, and commercial development. But it doesn't stop there. So pull out your phones and use this QR code on your screen to take a quick look at our website. We can't wait to make your dreams come true. Now that we have helped pay some bills, let's throw it back to you, Aaron.
Alrighty, shout out there to Prestige Enterprise, one of our sponsors here with the Premium Stock Car Racing League, coming in as Cody says, let me interview a driver. Oh, brother. I don't know about that one. Maybe post-race. I don't know about during the race, as they tend to not like that. Well, they're trying to focus up and don't want to confuse them too much out there. It's already tough enough trying to get these guys to keep themselves under control here during the green flag. As he says, oh, it's the old, it's not you, it's me bit. Hey, no, it was just scheduling, man. I'm busy up here, brothers. I'm busy up here, my boy. Unfortunately. And for our full all-year-round series, it's tough to, try to find scheduling not only for just one simple night, just one night of racing. It's tough to find, open schedule for 2 nights back-to-back, and, 2 schedules, 2 races, 2 nights back-to-back. And, unfortunately, just scheduling couldn't line up and everything else, and it sucks, but it happens, unfortunately. I wish I could have got in there. I wish maybe I could have got the Fridays in if one of the boys, if Brooks would have messaged me probably a week earlier, I would have been able to do the Fridays, but literally the week beforehand got contacted and asked to do another series, and I jumped in on that one. Are those right turns? Is that asphalt? It is asphalt. It is asphalt. It is asphalt. And it is fun racing as Aiden Lucas, he's leading the way here. He has shown these drivers how to get it done throughout the day, but early on in this race, we did see our pole sitter in that 57, Grant Applegate, lead about the first 10 laps, 11 laps of this race, and then we saw that 20 ride of Aiden Lucas able to make the pass and get around Mr. Applegate here, and from that point on, he was able to run away with it here, and early in this run, you see that 57 again put the pressure onto the back bumper of the 20 ride as Noah Blackwell trying to hold on to position number 2 as he's got his teammate right there behind him in that 31 machine as Dylan Carrier looking to try to round out our top 4 here this afternoon. Landon Burbage there in that 5th position. He's trying to work his way back up into this battle inside the top 3 on the speedway as he was right there for a long time hanging with Aiden Lucas, and Grant Applegate made a green flag pit road speeding penalty. Unfortunately had to spend a lot of time down pit road and unfortunately fell multiple spots behind here, and now trying to rebound from that back up inside the top 5, but looking for more again here on the speedways. Wyatt Mickelson rolls there in position number 6 with Melvin Brengruer back in 7th with Jordan Hand and Brian Underwood, our top 9 here on the speedway. Jonathan Gaston, he scored back in position number 10 here. He's the first driver a lap down on the speedway with Jordan Crider back there in 11th. Josh Crider there in 12th. Aaron Robinson trying to work his way around that 5 right for the 12th spot, and he's going to be able to try to make that pass here through the hairpin turn 11 and make a little bit of contact right there. There's a beautiful crossover into that 5 right of Josh Crider as Nathan Brookover, Jesse Graham going to run into some problems right there. Brookover down through the middle portion here, the parking lot area of corner number 11, and luckily enough, no damage, able to get that car rolling, but does lose that spot to the 14 of Jesse Graham as Farrell Robbins back in 16th with Chris Getz there in 17th. Ryan Haller scored back in the 18th position. There we see the 50 ride of Sean Wiggins. Danny White back in 20th. He is off the racetrack, and Michael Ponder Jr. in 21st here at the rear of the field. As out in front, it's Aiden Lucas who leads the way here in this one as Cody says, just so you know, you're still on my sprint car. I love it. I love it, Cody. I love it, brother. That's what's up right there. That's what's up right there, man. Respect. Respect. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Cody says, I'll be back after my race. I expect to interview a driver. All right. All right. I might be able to make that happen. I might be able to make that happen. You'll have to try to join their Discord or shoot me just the questions you want to ask the driver, and I'll ask them to them if you want to do it that way. But good luck, man. Good luck. Have fun. Hopefully have a good race. See, I wish I'd be able to maybe get the Saturday night light race in, but even the late race would have to be much later. It'd have to be pushed back like an extra hour, because this race probably isn't going to be done, you know, most of the nights isn't done until about 11:30 Eastern time, so it would have to be pushed back even farther there for that second race for the Saturdays. But I'm glad you guys found somebody, and Eddie Farnes. Eddie does a great job. Eddie's awesome guy, very knowledgeable. He's been around the scene for a long time. He's a street stock legend, so I'm glad you guys were able to get Eddie in, yeah. Is Eddie Farnes? Eddie, is it Eddie that does the broadcasting? I don't know if it's Eddie or if it's the other one. I can't remember now. But nonetheless, they're going to do a good job. They're going to do a good job. It's going to be awesome to see those guys put on a show for you. As out in front, it's Aiden Lucas who continues to lead the way. Lucas out in front with Applegate there in position number 2. Noah Blackwell sits there in that 3rd spot, still holding off his teammate there. It's Dylan Carrier in position number 4. As Carrier sits in that 4th spot, it's Landon Burbage back in position number 5. And Wyatt Mickelson, again, having having just a great, solid afternoon here. Last week, picking up his first ever top 10 finish in the Premium Stock Car Racing League. And now here, trying to back it up this afternoon with a solid run at Sonoma Raceway. And he's looking to try to get it done again here in this race. And potentially, he might be able to get it done here, man. He's been looking really good throughout this afternoon. And for the Fueled Up Motorsports crew to have a, 2 cars inside the top 10 last week, have Wyatt Mickelson potentially back that up with another top 10 here today, maybe even sneak his way inside the top 5, top 3 with drivers in front of him potentially running into problems. Could be a big day here for the Fueled Up Motorsports crew. And then for some of the other drivers and some of the other teams, definitely some tough breaks out there for them. The No Luck Motorsports crew obviously being led right now by the number 3 of Jordan Crider, just inside the top 10. Jordan now sits in the free pass position out there on the racetrack, and as the first driver 1 lap down, he would need a full course caution flag, which we don't really see here at road courses, so I'm not sure if he'll be able to ever get that lap back as he sits in that 10th position. But Aaron Robinson, one of our newcomers who had an early race issue, still 1 lap down, still a little bit of rear end damage on the 24 ride, but he's worked himself up into 11th, and he's about 3 seconds or so behind Jordan Crider, and potentially could find himself up inside the top 10 for his first race. A great rebound and a great run for the 24 ride potentially here this afternoon of Aaron Robinson, as you also take another look here, Wyatt Mickelson, but in front it's Aiden Lucas who continues to lead the way, and Aiden looking to try to pick up a dub here. And now he's had some tough luck for a lot of races here at the start of the season, but for him and his Redemption Motorsports teammates, Aiden and Applegate right there, 1 and 2 on the racetrack, and having Brian Underwood and that number 11 of Jordan Hand now up inside the top 10 as well. So Hand in that 10th position, Underwood rounding out our top 9 here on the Speedway. They've been having a pretty solid afternoon here as a team, and obviously came and showed up and came here to not mess around. They're here to get the dub and get the win here in this one, as Blackwell and Dylan Carrier in the 31 ride, Melvin Brangruer, they're all part of the Rubbered Up Motorsports crew. They got 3 inside the top 8 right now, and obviously Landon Burbage, part of the Powerhouse Motorsports team now. He is scored there in that 4th position. So a lot of different teams, a lot of teammates all up inside the top 10, having some great runs here this afternoon, and some of the newcomers right there as well, just on the grasp of potentially a top 10 run in their first race here with this series. So awesome to see that. We did see Dylan Carrier, though, run into some problems out there on the racetrack. Saw Dylan slide quite a ways back here. I'm not sure where this happened. Let's take a look here and see where. Doesn't even show me where he ran into problems here. A 31 ride, all of a sudden went from about that 4th position, as we do see the 8 have some problems. But Dylan Carrier, here he is. He's running in position number 4 right here. You can play this a little fast forward here. Not sure when this happens. I don't have anything on my list to show that he went around or went off the racetrack or what may have happened here to the 31, but he lost obviously the spot to Landon Burbage, but he also fell behind Jordan Hand and Wyatt Mickelson, and almost went behind his teammate Melvin Brenger, so he lost quite a bit of time out there on the racetrack and never really showed it to us on when this happened. There it is right there. All right, there you go. You see that spin, so I'm not sure if he gets a little help right here or not. It does look like potentially that number 2 ride, Landon Burbage, going to get into him here and make the contact into the back end of the 31, or I'm not sure if he just loses the rear end. You see the flames coming out. The car is a little slideways right there, but I think he's just getting the car turned, and there's that contact. Fortunately, right there into that right rear quarter panel of the 31 ride, and around goes Dylan Carrier, and that's the contact we were looking for. And unfortunately, he loses quite a few spots right here trying to get this car back up to speed. Obviously, a lot of dirt and grime on the tires there. There you see the 11 of Jordan Hand go around him. The 10 right also getting around him right there. And there you see the 11 trying to make that pass there on that 10 machine. Alrighty, so good to clear that up and figure out where that all happened, as we do see it happening again out there on the racetrack. More issues here for Dylan Carrier in that 10 machine of Wyatt Mickelson. They're going to end up making contact here again. Now, you watch the 31. He's just going to get in here a little too hot. Blows it up and off the banking right here. He goes through the grass, unfortunately, comes back towards the racing surface, and he's going to clip that 10 machine. The HendrickCars.com ride. Wyatt Mickelson, nowhere for Mickelson to go. Unfortunate contact there, and both drivers going to go around. Both drivers going to slide here for a little bit. Luckily enough, they're both able to avoid contact with that fence, and luckily enough, quite a good break right there. They could have had a lot of damage in a quick hurry. Both drivers get their cars pointed back in the right direction and keep on rolling there on the speedway. Unfortunately for Dylan Carrier, well, quite a ways behind now here in that 7th position, and that 10 of Wyatt Mickelson all the way back now in position number 8 as Aiden Lucas continue to lead the way here. And once again, just like early in this race, that 20 rider Aiden Lucas leading Grant Applegate, but not by very much. Applegate hanging right there with him. These two have been very close together all race long, and about 6 seconds back behind them, we see Noah Blackwell in that 2 rider Landon Burbage. So they're starting to see those top 2 cats pull farther and farther away. They're starting to lose touch with them, and unfortunately finding a big mistake out of the 20 or the 57. It could be a 2-car race here at the end of this one, as some great battling here again this afternoon. A lot of good back and forth, as hey, it's Kev Ryan Holler out there says, engine blue, go 10, do it for us, he says. And now my teammate is taken out. Laugh out loud. Unfortunately, when you normally wish your teammates well or bring them up in the comments section, a lot of times that's where we do see issues happen for them. But luckily enough for Wyatt Mickelson, car still in pretty good shape out there. Doesn't look like any heavy front end damage or anything, so no steering problems for him, and obviously just a lot of track time lost right there, but still inside the top 10, rolling there in that 8th position. And you know, potentially could see more drivers in front of him run into the same issues and potentially open up the door for him to work his way back up towards the top 5 here this afternoon. As we do see Aaron Robinson continue to have a great showing here, and he's actually closed not too long ago. It was about a 3-second gap between himself and Jordan Crider. He has closed that gap to less than a second here in the Taco Bell number 24 of Aaron Robinson in his first race here with the Premium Stock Car Racing League, looking to try to race his way up inside the top 10 here. Tough early start, but here he is looking down low, looking for a way to get around that number 3 machine. As he says, I hate Sonoma on the back bumper of that 3 ride. But right now, that 24 ride putting the pressure on his back bumper, trying to work his way inside the top 10. As Ryan says, gonna have to be my throwaway race. Yeah, I think it's safe to say a lot of drivers were probably planning on using this one as the throwaway here this year, or at least hoping that this will be the throwaway race, as definitely not the race that everyone really like. Not a lot of drivers were really looking forward to coming here, that's for certain. As you do see that pass in the Taco Bell 24 rider Aaron Robinson inside the top 10 here this afternoon for the first time. So good to see Robinson able to stick with it and rebound nicely. And if we were to see a full course caution flag, right now he is in that free pass spot. Could work his way back onto the lead lap here this afternoon, which would be absolutely amazing to see. But I don't know if we're going to see another full course caution or not this afternoon. As out in front, it's Aiden Lucas who continues to lead the way, and now once again, he is starting to stretch that lead from him and that 57 of Applegate. Seems like Applegate can hang with him for probably about the first 5-10 laps of the run, and then all of a sudden, he really just starts to pull away as we only get 9 more laps left to go here in this race, ladies and gentlemen. Only 8 more laps left in this race now down across the line. So 8 laps of racing action left here for Aiden Lucas and Grant Applegate to try to settle this one out, as Aiden continuing to show Applegate the way around here and everybody else. Can Applegate make a late race charge, race up here and try to beat that 20 ride here this evening, or do we see Aiden Lucas pick up the checkered flag this afternoon? It's been a long time coming for Aiden. He's had a lot of good runs here this year, hasn't been able to find his way into victory lane, but could today be the day he finally gets it done, as Aiden out in front leading the way here, as we're going to jump into a very quick PeaceMaker Gaming crank it up here late in this race. We're going to crank it up and give you guys the sights and sounds around the beautiful Sonoma Raceway, and we're going to go through our driver webcams as well. So crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. righty, down across the line here. Only 3 more laps left to go here, as that will do it for our PeaceMaker Gaming Crank It Up. So give it up for all these drivers. A beautiful Crank It Up session right there. A huge thank you to all of our amazing drivers with the webcams turned on here this afternoon, giving us a good look inside of the setups and everything else out there on the racetrack. As out in front, Aiden Lucas continue to lead the way and continue to start to pull away here. Is in front of him. You do see that 72 at Jonathan Gaston running into some problems right there. Tough break for the 72 ride. He's going to move up and out of the way as Aiden Lucas going to roll right on by him. As you do see Grant Applegate back there in position number 2. That's the gap between first and second. That white and blue car are the 2 cars battling here at the front of the field. It's Lucas that leads the way. Applegate now into second, and Jordan Hand now up into third, as we saw Hand battle quickly into that fight there, as contact between the 2 of Landon Burbage and Noah Blackwell all of a sudden made things that much more interesting out there. In the 11 ride, able to take advantage of that contact and was able to quickly get up inside the top 3. And now it's Redemption Motorsports that sits 1, 2, and 3 on the speedway, with Aiden Lucas, Grant Applegate, Jordan Hand, all part of that Redemption Motorsports crew, all sitting there at the front of the field right now. Noah Blackwell sits back there trying to hold on to that 4th spot. Him and Landon Burbage have been having a ton of fun here, battling back and forth out there on the speedway for that 4th and 5th position. And multiple times we've seen that 2 ride give some shots to the 18, getting him very sideways out there on the racetrack. Landon's been working that back bumper of the Bat Dragon number 18 ride. Here in this one, Dylan Carrier, he's back up into the 6th position with Melvin Brengbrewer there in 7th. Wyatt Mickelson, he rolls there in position number 8 with Brian Underwood back in position number 9, and Jordan Grinder rounding out our top 10. Aaron Robinson back in 11th with Josh Grinder there in 12th. Jonathan Gaston, he scored back in 13th with Farrell Robbins. Chris Getz, Jesse Graham, Sean Wiggins back in 17th with Ryan Haller back in 18th. Nathan Brookover, who's down pit side, scored in 19th. Michael Ponder Jr. and Danny White bringing up the rear of the field in 21st. Is down and across the line out of corner number 12 once again, and across the line we will see that white flag fly. So one final time around here for the 20 ride of Aiden Lucas. Is Lucas looking to try to pick up the checkered flag here this afternoon? Aiden out in front. He's led a ton of laps here this evening. He picked up some good stage points, but being able to pick up his first win here is going to feel so sweet. He's been so close all season long. He's probably led the most laps out of anybody here in this season, and once again he is looking to pick up a big checkered flag. This time though, he may be able to finally get it done, as Applegate, his teammate, back there behind him in position number 2. Only about 3.5 seconds separating these two, and Jordan Hand about 13.5 seconds back of the 57, scored there in position number 3. As Aiden Lucas down through corner number 10, nice and easy, making sure he hits his marks. Now has to get this car checked up, woed up here into the hairpin turn number 11 here at Sonoma Raceway, as down out of the hairpin into corner number 12 and across the start finish line. The 20 ride of Aiden Lucas will pick up the checkered flag here in the Premium Stock Car Racing League, as he will get the dub at the beautiful Sonoma Raceway this afternoon. He's able to finally capture a victory on this season, able to get this 20 ride up and into victory lane. You can see he's pretty excited. He's spinning it. He's trying to do his best Shane Van Gisbergen impression here, trying to drift all the way around the racetrack as the 20 ride able to get it done and pick up the win. He's gonna spin it around there, gonna get ready to burn down the house a little bit here, as he is pumped. He is excited getting the dub here this evening, as we'll get ready to pull our top 3 up and into the broadcast booth for their post-race interviews. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up though for this 20 ride, as he's able to get it done and pick up the dub here this evening. What a run, what a race, what a finish there for this number 20 machine. Wowzers. That was a heck of a performance, heck of a run. He's done a pretty successful Shane Van Gisbergen here, drifting around Sonoma Raceway, doing a pretty good job at it, man. He's having some fun. He's definitely pumped picking up this win, and for the most part, he's had that car kicked out pretty good, and he's been able to carry a lot of good drifts out there, man. He's impressed us quite a bit there with that one. Now he's going to spin her down into the hairpin here. He's going to get ready to roll it up to the front straightaway and get ready to burn down the house here at Sonoma. Right there with them are his teammates. That's the 57 of Applegate, who comes home in second, and Jordan Hand right there in position number 3 as they're going to roll it up here to the start-finish line. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, picking up that checkered flag, the 20 ride. Aiden Lucas getting it done here in this one, man. What a run, what a race, what a performance for this 20 right now. Him and his teammates are going to celebrate here on the front straightaway. We'll get ready to pull them up here into the post-race interviews here in just a couple more seconds. Man, what a run, what a race, what a drive right there. Yeah, again, another solid run for Wyatt Mickelson. Mickelson up inside the top 10 again. Another top 10 run for him as hey, yeah, in back-to-back races too, which is absolutely amazing. Heyitskevcustoms says I'd run my camera, but I'd be afraid my computer would crash. Oh yeah, that's definitely, you never want to see that, as they're joined by their 4th teammate up there as well, the 6th rider, Brian Underwood. Underwood was able to come home in position number 9 here this afternoon. They're going to get lined up here on the front stretch there. Running out of room, things were getting tight there a little bit, but now they're going to get lined up. Here you go. There you go, get a good shot at him right there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is the Redemption crew out there on the racetrack to burn it down together here, celebrating this win with Aiden Lucas, as Aiden able to get the job done here tonight, man. He was a man with a plan for certain here this evening. We do have Jordan Hand up in the waiting room. We'll wait to get Aiden and Grant up here as well. Hopefully we can get them in here quickly. If not, we'll start with our 3rd place finisher, as he's already in the waiting room. So we'll just pull in our 3rd place driver right now and give those other drivers a quick little break. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for our 3rd place driver, Jordan Hand. Hey, Jordan, it's Aaron up here at the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Jordan, man, what a run, what a drive late in this race. Able to make some moves, find yourself a way around Landon Burbage and Noah Blackwell and a couple of those other drivers, and all of a sudden you find yourself joining your teammates up here to finish off a 1-2-3 finish for Redemption Motorsports here this afternoon, man. Take us back through this race. What's going through your mind right now as you're able to celebrate out there on the racetrack with your teammates?
Man, just happy for the team. You know, that's you can't ask for anything better. Well, I guess we could have been 1, 2, 3, 4. It would have been the perfect way to go. But man, it was a blast. I think, you know, honestly, we were the best cars out there. Dylan, Noah, and them had some really good speed, but I don't think they had the long run speed. And anywho, the lap down cars were fun to navigate today.
Yeah, lots of lap down cars. Obviously, a lot of drivers having issues, obviously slipping and sliding off the racetrack. There's a lot of carnage that you see unfold with that. You know, what was kind of going through your mind there is you had to try to deal with, obviously, some of that dirt and grime that gets kicked up onto the racetrack, but you also have drivers that are, you know, a little bit more sporadic, where they either, you know, you don't know if they're going to send it in too deep into a corner and potentially wash you out of the corner, or, you know, vice versa with that happening out there on the racetrack.
I mean, honestly, the biggest thing with the lap down cars, I mean, I don't think they did anything bad. It was more of like the drivers behind. I was faster than Dylan and Noah. I felt like a good amount. But I think they may have been a little bit better than me at the very beginning of the run, because I think they were just pushing it harder than I was. I was trying to save. But, you know, I got pulled away, you know, a little bit on both of them in almost both instances. And lap down car was in front and just like screwed up my turn going into that last turn there. And they decided to throw their cars down there instead of being patient. And I mean, unfortunate things happen. Just to give you a backstory, just before you pulled me up, Dylan's pretty upset about our deal. I don't know if you caught that one, but I don't know, man. It's Sonoma. People get mad. Dylan's kind of screwed me over quite a bit this season, so I would like to think we're even, but I guess not. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we saw that little bit of contact there between you guys. Obviously, tight racing, and then just getting loose in the the wrong spot at the wrong time. And unfortunately, that Dylan was right there and ends up getting collected into that calamity. And you end up taking out one of your teammates with it, as well as Brian Underwood ends up getting pretty significant damage out of that ordeal. And that's where we see him end up going a lap down, and then getting the lucky dog, luckily, with that one full course caution flag, and able to finish it off in 9th here this afternoon. But Jordan, you park it up inside the top 3, able to have the 1-2-3 finish here for the Redemption Motorsports team. Who would you like to thank, man? Who would you like to thank for such a great run and great performance out there on the Speedway?
My teammates, man. I mean, they're awesome. I mean, I couldn't ask for better teammates. We definitely help each other out. I mean, it's definitely a team. I mean, been on a lot of teams where it didn't feel like that. So it's nice to have 3 other guys on the team that are calm-headed and just like to have fun and no crazy nonsense going on. So I want to thank them. I thank you for putting on the broadcast, and thank you to all the guys that showed up. Road courses, a lot of people hate them, and we had a good turnout. And I think overall it was good. I think it was a good show.
Absolutely a great show, some great racing, a lot of fun out there on the Speedway, man, and we can't wait to see you guys back out there on the racetrack next Saturday, and hopefully, Jordan, we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe a couple spots better, and up in victory lane yourself.
Hope so. Hey, one last thing, I want to shout out Aiden, man. He had one heck of a race, and he gassed himself all week about this place, and he showed out, so I gotta give him props.
Absolutely, gotta give him props where props are due, man. Jordan, hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth next week, brother, but enjoy the rest of your night.
Absolutely, brother. Take it easy.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, Jordan Hand. Hand coming home there in position number 3 here this afternoon. Now, we did have Aiden Lucas in the waiting room there for a split second, but then he's disappeared again. I don't know where in the world he has disappeared to, but hopefully we can get him back up there to pull our race winner in. So until he is back in here, we'll get ready to pull in our 2nd place finisher, the number 57 of Grant Applegate. Applegate here waiting patiently down pit side. Let's pull Grant up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Grant, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yes, I do.
Grant, man, another strong race, another great finish here for you, man, as you're able to be right there in the middle of a couple of your teammates for a solid, 1-2-3 finish with Redemption Motorsports. But, man, being able to back up another solid run out there on the racetrack here, especially at a tough racetrack like Sonoma. Take us back through this race and kind of what's going through your mind right now as you park it here in position number 2.
Yeah, I got on pole and I ran those first couple laps. I was doing good and I just kind of made one mistake. The strategy was weird because we got 28 laps on gas and I was like, well, the end of stage 2 is lap 30. So then I kind of just need to save gas right off the jump in order to make it. And so I ran hard like the first 3 laps and got a decent gap. And then first lap and a half, whatever it was. And then I just kind of backed it down trying to save gas, and I should have never done that. And I lost the lead, and I could never get it back. I don't know how to pass on a road course, basically. I would get to within 3-4 tenths of the guy in front of me, and I couldn't see the corners anymore. So I couldn't set anything up because I couldn't see the upcoming corner. So I let Lucas by there, and then just I don't know what would have happened differently if I stayed out front, but he was fast. I was fast. I wish I would have been able to get out in front of him. I think I would have been able to hold him off kind of like he did me there in the final stage. It was just whoever got out front first would hold the other one off because it's just so hard to see, in my opinion. Maybe other people see it differently, but I got behind and couldn't figure out how to pass anybody.
Definitely a tough spot right there. And yeah, we saw you not once but twice, after he initially got around you, you stuck right with him there and put the pressure still to his back bumper for quite a while. But it seemed like after, 5-10 laps or so, all of a sudden, your car, I don't know if it started to just fall off or you just started back it off a little bit so you could see the corners a little bit better. But he was able to start to pull away from you there for quite a little bit. And then especially there late in the race, we saw that happen again, where after a long time sitting there right on his back bumper, hanging with him, lap after lap after lap, late in the race, he all of a sudden just started to pull away and farther and farther and farther distance himself from you.
I think it was a mixture of pushing it, heating up the tires, pushing it. Because on road courses, I mean, wear matters, but it feels like it's more of a heat thing than a wear thing. So like you heat the tires up in one corner because you spun them, and then you just have no traction for another 3 corners. And also just pushing it to try to get to him and try to figure out how to pass. I feel like I pushed it and made a mistake a couple times. I made one big mistake that was like a second and a half. So that's where a lot of the time came from. But yeah, I was just sitting 7/8 back and just couldn't figure. The second I got within that 4/5 part, I could no longer see my line or anything like that, and just screwed up on my part. So I don't do enough road racing basically.
I get you, man. I feel like there's a lot of drivers that are probably in that same category out there on the racetrack, man. But it will look like a lot of fun, a lot of great times out there on the Speedway here this afternoon. And Grant, you're able to finish it off with a solid second place run again here on the season. Another podium here for you, man. Who would you like to thank for another great run and strong drive out there on the Speedway?
Just everybody who puts on the show and my teammates. That's the people I got to thank. The people who put the show on to let me be here, let me have a good time Saturday nights, and then my teammates. So where I can just talk to them throughout the race or throughout the week and figure out what we're gonna do, what we should do. Where I'm missing, who's good at what. So the biggest thing for me on racing games has always just been knowing what is possible. So like when you have those teammates who can show you, hey, this is what I'm running, this is what I'm running, it gives you an idea what to shoot for and like what's good and what's not. So that helps a lot figuring out what your speed needs to be come race week or race day.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've figured out quite a bit so far this season, man. A very strong start to this season, and hopefully it continues on next week as we'll see you back out there on the oval racetracks, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth. Grant, congrats again on the second place run here tonight, and hopefully we'll see you, back up potentially in victory lane next Saturday.
Yeah, thankfully I can finally get rid of that Daytona race. So I've got top 3 outside of that. So we'll move on and see what happens.
Beautiful. Well, Grant, good luck out there next week, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the booth.
Hopefully.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our second place finisher here this afternoon is Grant Applegate. Applegate coming home in position number 2 here this afternoon as we'll get ready now to pull in our race winner. He's been waiting patiently here as he's gotten back into the booth. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our race winner, the 20 ride of Aiden Lucas. As Lucas picking up the dub, let's get him up here into the broadcast booth before he disappears again. Hey Aiden, it's Aaron up here on the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Take a copy.
Yeah, how you doing, Aaron?
Not too bad, Aiden, man. What a run, what a drive. You're able to finally pull that 20 ride up and into victory lane here at the Premium Stock Car Racing League, man. Take us through the emotions and how you're feeling right now, knowing that you're finally able to get it done and capture a checkered flag here in the regular season and on, this season, or I do believe this is your first win with the Premium Stock Car Racing League.
Yeah, absolutely. Get that first win done on home soil feels pretty good. Just been a matter of times what the guys been telling me. They're like, yeah, you're due. So, finally put some truth behind their words. Definitely a fun race. I love racing at Sonoma. Such a challenging technical track. And yeah, Grant Applegate and the rest of the podium and our redemption guys actually. We just did a great job today executing and doing what needed to be done.
Absolutely. Execute is the word, as you guys were able to be, picture perfect for a lot of laps out there. Obviously, we saw Grant lead early on, but you stuck right there with him. The two right of Landon Burbage was right there as well, and it looked like it was going to be the three of you guys, tight together all race long until you were able to make that move, get around Grant. He tried to hang with you for another couple laps, but it seemed like as the runs went a little longer, he just couldn't hang with you, and you were able to start to pull away. We saw that during that first run and the second run as he hung with you again for another 10, 15 laps or so, and then all of a sudden you just started to pull farther and farther and farther away from him and set it on cruise control and drive that 20 right down across the line in position number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Landon, he's always fast at these road courses. He's tough to beat. I've been running with Grant for years now, and I think that's my first time actually beating him on a road course through all the games we're playing. So, but Grant was faster than me through practice. Weather kind of being just a little bit cooler than we were anticipating, kind of threw him for a loop. So, great job all across the board. And I wish we had like a little fights cam or something. Landon and Noah, it looks like they're scrapping over there in that garage stall.
Oh, yeah, they were going pretty hard at it back there behind you guys. You guys were out in front just running away with it. Yeah, Landon and Noah were playing bumper tag there for quite a little while, and Landon sent that 18 ride for a couple wild slides there right there on the racetrack. But I'm sure that's going to create some great comment sections post race when I jump into the room there with everybody. So it's going to be fun to see what they got to say. But man, it's got to feel very, very nice to finally get that dub, finally get that monkey off your back, and find yourself up in victory lane.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I was gonna go drive to Victory Lane. I know right where it's at, or where it used to be. They actually just demolished it. That's a little bit sad. You don't get the pictures with the wine glass anymore, but unfortunately, we have some iRacing limitations. But did try and give the fans a show, a little drift around the track. So it worked sometimes, worked in, but yeah, great to finally be talking to you, Aaron. I guess in the right spot.
Yeah, exactly. The winner's circle here this afternoon. Well, Aiden, a great run, a strong performance all afternoon, man. Pretty much no mistakes, a picture-perfect race for you, man. Who would you like to thank for such a strong run and strong performance as you're able to pick up your first checkered flag here in the Premium Stock Car Racing League?
First off, we got to thank all the admins of PSCRL. They do a great job getting this league together, and if they didn't put the league together, I wouldn't have had a shot to be talking to you. So, first off, we thank all those guys at Redemption, Jordan, Grant, Brian, even Brookover. Everybody loves all of them, and yeah, thank you to you, Aaron, too. You do this all broadcast, and they come out really good. So excited to watch this one back.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Aiden, congratulations on your first win here, not only on the season, but in your career with the Premium Stock Car Racing League. And I'm sure there's going to be many more to come as you've been one fast cat all season long. Obviously, a lot of races we've seen you have the car that could potentially be the race-winning car, and things just late in those races haven't worked out in your favor. But here tonight, everything comes together, and you're finally able to finish it off and put that 20 ride up in victory lane, and hopefully many, many more to come here in your Premium Stock Car Racing League career.
Yeah, one more quick thank you. Thank you for road course rules. No late race cautions. Kind of throw a monkey wrench into it. And yeah, once again, thank you, Aaron, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely, brother. We'll see you back out there on the racetrack, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in victory lane, brother.
Good talking to you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our race winner, Aiden Lucas. Is Aiden picking up the dub and getting the job done here in this one. What a run, what a drive, and what a performance there by Aiden as he's able to get the job done here in this one. What a run. What a show. What a performance here by each and every one of these amazing drivers. Unfortunately, though, that is going to do it for us here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That is going to do it for us up here in the broadcast booth as it's been fun. It's been a blast. Unfortunately, I do have COVID, so I'm probably going to get ready to just go to bed and crash for the night. My lungs are on fire. They're super sore. My throat and everything else is super sore, so I'm ready to just, go curl up into a ball and die for the night. So I can't thank you guys enough, though, for tuning in. Everyone coming in, showing the love, all the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the star senders or donators over on Twitch and YouTube. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys, and I can't thank you guys enough. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys do us a favor. It's absolutely free to do. Hit the like on the stream. Hit that like button. Hit that share button if you're feeling courteous. Make sure you hit that follow or subscribe button. Become part of the PeaceMaker family today. Hit that subscribe button. Become a new member over there on YouTube or Facebook, Twitch, as we're live on all 3 channels. Become part of the family. Become part of the crew here this afternoon. And make sure you guys join in on some of the absolutely amazing fun and action here on PeaceMaker Gaming. But listen, I'll see you guys back in here tomorrow evening as we get back into action with the Outcast Racing League. We'll be back here for our Sunday afternoon series. So good to see those guys back out there as well. We'll see some more NASCAR racing, as I do believe they head to Nashville for their season opener here tomorrow afternoon, or we'll be live right around 4 o'clock Eastern time. So make sure you turn those bell notifications on, that way you guys never miss it when I go live here on PeaceMaker Gaming. But thank y'all for tuning in, thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.
Strapped in tight, Betty V8, symphony humming, tires screeching, engine screaming, speed demons coming. Gasoline guzzling, straight moving, track bruising, in the premium stock car, never losing. Pit crew wizards, quick as wizards, slick precision. Seconds matter, clock ticking, tight decisions. Drafting close, slingshot ghost, high speed ballet. Sipping victory, toasted champ, champagne spray. Fast lanes, checkered flags, racing through the turns. Pedal to the metal, feel the rubber burn. Crowd roars, engine soar, high stakes, high gear. Champions breathe and destiny's near. Grid start, hearts pound, seconds before eruption. Adrenaline and steel, the perfect conjunction. Lap after lap, sweat drips, visor fogging. Fame and glory wait for no one's dogging. Tunnel vision, apex hunting, blind to the herd. Opponent's tailgating, pace firing absurd. Finally tuned monster, horsepower excel. Steering wheels grip like the gates to hell. Fast lanes, checkered flags, racing through the turns. Pedal to the metal, feel the rubber burn. Crowd roars, engine soar, high stakes, high gear. Champions breathe and destiny's near.
Hey guys, my name is Harley with Prestige Enterprises. Not only are we a proud sponsor of the Powerhouse Motorsports, we're also proud to be one of the sponsors for Premier Stock Car Racing League. We provide our services to over 70% of the US, and we have a wide range of services, but our main focuses are custom homes, barn doors and shops, and commercial development. But it doesn't stop there. So pull out your phones and use this QR code on your screen to take a quick look at our website. We can't wait to make your dreams come true. Now that we have helped pay some bills, let's throw it back to you, Aaron.
strapping, tight, ready, V8 symphony humming. Tires screeching, engine screaming, speed demons coming. Gasoline guzzling, straight moving, track bruising. In the premium stock car, never losing. Pit crew wizards, crackers, wizards, slick precision. Seconds, not a clock, ticking, tight decisions. Dressing close, slingshot, ghost, high speed ballet. Sipping victory, toast the champ, champagne spray. Fast lane, checker flags, racing through the turns. Pedal to the metal, feel the rubber burn. Crowd roars, engine soar, high stakes, high gear. Champions breathing, destiny's near. Hearts pound seconds before eruption. Adrenaline and steel, the perfect conjunction. Lap after lap, sweat drips, visor fogging. Fame and glory wait for no one's dogging. Television apex, hunting blind to the herd. Opponent's tailgating, pace firing absurd. Finally, Doom monster, horsepower XL. Steering wheels grip like the gates to hell. Fast lane, checker flags, racing through the turns. Pedal to the metal, feel the rubber burn. Crowd roars, engine soar, high stakes, high gear. Champions breathing, destiny's near.